IVM.
Hello, welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru. Tanuj is here.
What's up?
And Kumar is on Skype.
Hey guys.
We use Skype like it's our go-to technology now, Baru. It's like what is required to record a podcast? Skype.
We are in 2004 now.
And hosts.
नहीं किसी को भी Skype पे ले लो. Alright guys, let's only talk about Manchester United.
That actually happened today. Like, I was entering the lift and this guy's like, "Aaj itna jaldi ja raha hai ghar?"
Huh.
I was like, "Nahi, I'm going to record a podcast."
Huh.
Oh, what's that? I'm like, "It's like a radio show." Oh, with whom? I was like, "Another friend of mine." That's it. It's just like just two people.
Like how many did
in my head, I'm like, what? He's like, "Nahi, I thought there'll be like more people." Like,
you forgot about Kumar even in that.
what?
Even he's recording a show with us.
2 is company, 3 is a podcast.
What's 4?
Section 144.
Literary festivals.
4 is save Are.
4 is your ticket to jail.
And 144 is what? Only in RA, no? Or
I don't know. I don't see any greenery around cars, so I think we are fine.
Near Hub Mall. There's 144.
You can buy tickets only in multiples of 3.
Alright, Kumar, let's start talking about Manchester United. How much fun are you having before we get into this whole... I'll
be very honest, it's not new, right? It's been happening for the last 5 seasons now. Apart from that one season under Mourinho when they finished second, it's been consistent.
Yeah, but it's gotten
worse. But I'm having to be honest. Like I know we want to talk about United on this podcast, but I'm having more fun looking at Spurs.
Oh God, can we not get the Arsenal? See, Spurs have never been like you can't compare Spurs and Manchester United, no.
No, Spurs want to compare themselves with the big boys, right?
So that is,
and this is what they're worth in reality. So that's the fun part of it. But let's switch to
look at the joy in his.
I know. So let's talk about.
It is still fun, but more than fun, it's like sometimes you feel sad for United. I don't feel sad for the United fans.
Why would you feel sad for United at all? Like if you're not a fan of United or support the club, there is no reason for you to feel sad for them.
It's a club, they've shaped the Premier League. Like whatever you say, the fact that we have so many listeners on this podcast is like United have a lot of contribution to that. They've taken the game to a global level, especially the Premier League. So.
What are these listeners you talk about?
To see a club of that stature, someone who's reached that levels to fall down. It is fun, yes, at a primal level, but it's also sad.
All right. So, okay, most of this podcast is going to be United focused, but before we get to that, let's talk about the greatness of Arsene Wenger, Baru.
What the surge?
Who sold Serge Gnabry to Bayern Munich?
Oh yeah.
And who lost to Östersund purposely so that in 2019 it's going to bring down a club called Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah, and who prepared Serge Gnabry mentally for it by sending him on loan to West Brom first.
Wait, how did he mentally prepare him by sending him?
Yeah, he sent him there and he's like, Tony Pulis was like, you're shit, you're not PL quality. So in his head, he's like, okay, I can't make it in the Premier League, so he was ready for like any exit. And
the exit he got was Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is Wenger a visionary as usual?
What? I thought it's a rhetorical. Because
I don't know.
You can't wait for an answer on this. He's a visionary, man.
The man is having influence on the downfall of your rivals even now.
Forever, man. And I think he's going to have an influence on the game itself in a more direct manner now. Because apparently he got an offer from FIFA.
Oh, I thought he was just going to directly ask Pochettino to be sacked or something.
Just sends texts nowadays. Lose 3-0. Daud bhai ne bola.
And Poch is like, "Arey, but I was planning 5-2. No. 3-0 is fine." So Kumar, do you also concur that the visionary, the Wenger, strikes again?
Yeah, it is fun to say that, but I think it's more than Wenger's vision. It's just that Tottenham was shit.
All right. So
if it wasn't Gnabry, it would have been someone else scoring 4 goals against them, and like it's no big deal.
Yeah, like Henry Lansbury or something.
From does he also play for Östersund?
I don't know, man. Thought he was in Forest last I remember.
Yeah, but what happened to Tottenham, man? Like they were Champions League finalists. Is the staleness of the group?
They were so lucky and we spoke about it last time also. Like last year, they were very lucky to reach the final.
Yeah, that way even Liverpool were lucky. Like no one expects Divock Origi to bring down a club of the size of Barcelona.
See that the handball that Llorente scored, and then VAR. That whole win against City was. It wasn't. It's not about being not expecting. It's just that they had a lot of luck riding on that. They just should be shown to their level, man. Like, let's not talk about them.
All right.
Why are you talking about?
I'm sorry, it's my mistake. My choti soch is getting into the way of the bigger things. Let's talk about Manchester United. Tanuj Baru.
Yep.
When is Ole out, or why should Ole be out? Should Ole be out?
I don't know, man. Like
you don't know.
Usually, when you research a topic, you look at like past videos and past content and all. And I refer to all of these United legends like Gary Neville and Rio Ferdinand, and I just can't find a reason why Ole should be out.
Yeah,
everyone was like, "Where's your statue? I mean, sign the thing and all this."
Oh man, that was like, Gary Neville had an interview with him right after the Champions League. He's like, "How much money do you need? Where should your statue be? When are you going to sign?"
How much money? When are you going to sign? And where do you want the statue to be?
Yeah.
Yep.
And like that's a big complaint that United fans have also. Like the whole old boys club. It's like if you became like someone big in life or someone consequential, like important, we wouldn't criticize you, no matter whatever you did.
Yeah,
this is why like Modi never speaks about Amit Shah, even if he doesn't like what he's doing. So it's the same thing.
The assumption here being that he does not like what Amit is doing.
Yeah. So what does he not like what Amit is doing? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I don't think this podcast will see the light of the day. or the podcasters. So.
I think India's relationship with Cambodia is strong enough to withstand this podcast. But yeah, so this old boys club, right? They just went crazy then when they beat PSG.
They were after Mourinho. And you see how they turned on Mourinho so quickly because Mourinho did not pander to them. But now because it's Ole and Ole just sticks to the line. The United legends are backing Ole, the club is backing Ole, the owners are backing Ole because they're still making money, they're still doing well commercially.
But for how long? Imagine Manchester United is playing in Championship with Leeds next year.
That is not going to happen. You know that. Like,
no, I don't know that. They're only 2 points above relegation zone. So.
Only 8 games in, you can't judge a team in 8 games. See, they have enough, individual players who, through their brilliance, will, ensure that they will be in the top 10. Obviously,
dude, the same thing was told of West Ham, Newcastle of the previous era, and so many teams. And look where they ended.
For starters,
yeah, Leeds of like
Blackburn.
Blackburn, we knew. Once Wenky's bought, we knew what was going to happen to Blackburn. So let's not get into this whole, relegation is not possible. They're too good to go down. They're not even too good to go down, dude.
No, they're not good. I'm not saying they're too good to go down. They will survive. Like they survive this. They won't go down this season, and then they will obviously replace Ole and find another squad.
Yeah.
See, the thing is that when I saw the squad, I'm not even talking about the starting 11. I just saw a tweet yesterday around 6 p.m. which was the squad which had travelled to Newcastle. Like there were, I think, 3 players who have played for their country like more than 15, 20, 25 games.
Really? Who are those 3 players? Baru, if I would ask you, like guess those 3 players, who would they be?
Maguire,
Rashford,
Maguire hasn't played.
And
Maguire is. No, I'm talking about like say 50 games. So there's Mata, there's Ashley Young probably, and there's De Gea. That's it.
Oh, Ashley Young. And of these 3, 2 people are booed constantly by the United supporters, Mata and Ashley Young. Ashley Young, actually, if you have to pick 2 United players who at least did their job yesterday, it was Ashley Young and Scott McTominay.
Yeah, I think McTominay. So this is what is done, right? They have a 20-year-old who is running their midfield round. They look to McTominay for leadership right now, and United should not be.
Oh man! So what's Rio Ferdinand? Has he come out with a statement saying that I take back my statement of like sign when you want, where you want, just give the piece of paper to him and say just tell me your number. And Ole still said such a small number. I'm assuming for manager.
Yeah, see, they had Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Tuanzebe, Rojo, Young, Williams. Then their midfield is McTominay, Mata, Fred, Matic, Gomez. The strikers are Rashford, Greenwood, James, and Chong.
Chong, dude, God, that guy still hasn't. He hasn't still outgrown his hair.
It's embarrassing for Arsenal that even now they couldn't win against United, man.
Oh yeah, actually, I mean, trust you to bring everything about Arsenal, but
how's that for a good segue?
No, it's not. We want to talk about United. So where do you think it went all wrong, Baru? Like, let's start from Fergie.
I think he's the fact that he didn't stick to his winning formation, so to speak.
Who?
Ole.
What winning formation?
Yeah, he switched, right. He's instead of making the game like revolve around Pogba, now he's just getting McTominay, even though he's like pulling the strings right now, but he's not supposed to be in that position, man.
But Pogba is not playing, and when he plays shit. Otherwise, he's injured.
No, not really, man. I mean, I can't deny that he's injured and all, but he should have stuck to those tactics, which actually got him through that entire stretch of games last season.
So while actually reading about this, it seems United fans don't even know what those tactics are.
Well, there was an obvious formation change. I think he was playing a 4-4-2 earlier, 4-3-3 earlier.
Now what is it?
And now it's gone to the...
Now it is who gives a
Oh, very...
It's De Gea and who gives a
Yeah, it's earlier it used to work like, let De Gea just absorb all of the shots, but now even that's not working.
Dude, Solskjaer stuck his leg out. By chance the ball hit his leg and went into a goal in 1999. He's f***ing milking that for 20-25 years. I can't believe this, dude. Like any other manager for any other club, he would have been sacked by now.
Yeah, but the other argument is actually that he has been with the club for just a year or something now, so they should give him time. Otherwise, he'll just become Chelsea.
Sure, Chelsea won enough.
That's it. Like, see, the problem doesn't stem from Ole. It's like the thing is that since Ferguson left, they've been very short term about their.
Even Fergie, if you have to think about it, after Cristiano left, they really didn't replace. There was enough talk that time that when Van Persie basically won them the league.
That was the biggest problem, right? Fergie did not replace his players, and they're suffering. It's not a one season. It's like their absences this season are what Lukaku and Sanchez, who's done nothing, right?
Lukaku, Sanchez, Herrera.
Over a period of years, they've not bought in the right players, and they buy a player for 80 million, they sell him for 70 million the next year. So there's a very short-term approach being taken by everyone. They're not building the club as such. They're just building a squad to survive, as they say, for this year, and then the next manager will see what to do with this.
So you guys are saying that come what may, whatever the results, if they don't get relegated, they should just stick to Solskjaer for another year.
Yeah,
no, not Solskjaer.
I think it's fine if they stick with Solskjaer, man.
No, for you it's fine. I'm talking about as a club.
Oh, okay.
They have to stick with the manager. They have to give him time to shape the team, to build a philosophy as such, to build a style of play. But I don't think Solskjaer, when he was signed, even then I didn't think he was the man for the job.
Yeah, he got Cardiff relegated and he was fired, and he was about to be fired with his club. What is his club? Molde. Yeah, he was about to be fired there as well. And then these people, but that freak result of PSG, they didn't know how big a role VAR played in that result. And then they get it. And did you see the statement Solskjaer gave last week? He said that, this club has moved past Lukaku, the guy who got him the job by scoring those 2 goals.
So, yeah, I think... it'll be amazing to like watch them
in
Championship next season.
It's not.
In Championship next season.
Oh, Nottingham Forest versus United. I'm sure Sky will come up with rivalry renewed since 1963 or something like that.
Yeah, lots of rivalries, man. You've got like
Leeds also, if they don't get promoted again.
Oh yeah, that'll be a problem, man.
They won't.
It does look like they
Imagine against Bielsa, what will he do?
Dude, Bielsa will screw his happiness if it is the game is before Feb. After Feb, it will be a draw. I don't think Solskjaer is still going to win that.
Did Alan Shearer like really go on air and like
Yes, he did. Kanav, did you see that?
Which one?
Alan Shearer on air said basically Manchester United are and then he tried to correct himself. Imagine Shearer is taking the mickey out of United. What days have come to this?
Yeah, but the obvious reaction to that statement is a statistics of how many goals Rashford has scored at the same number of games as Shearer.
How many?
It's like double.
Really?
Yeah. So Rashford is
better than Shearer.
Obviously.
Wow. So just
numbers don't lie, man. Numbers don't lie.
Has Shearer?
Rashford is done, right?
I don't know.
He's not going to score any more goals now.
I know he came out. He came out with a tweet just like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came out with a tweet a few hours ago saying that there's no hiding from this, and as a United fan it hurts more. We have to just like buckle down and improve, and things are not good enough, something like that. Rashford said that David De Gea went ahead and said that this is like the worst crisis he's ever been. So
yeah, even De Gea is like these guys need to score goals.
Oh. And De Gea tried helping. Did you see that? In the 93rd minute, he's asking Solskjaer, dude, should I run up there and try something? There's a corner. And Solskjaer like, dude, I can't believe this. How can a club just screw it up so badly? You have to give, like, seeing all this, you have to give it to Arsene Wenger. Somehow he's, like, trod along, managed it. He did not let the fall be so rapid.
Yeah, I mean, he got Mustafi in way earlier so that, we could like just warm up to him for a season.
Being serious also, at that point of time when we started building the stadium and everything.
Yeah.
So, yes, we were not competing for the top spot. But we were still there, hanging around 4th or 5th. We did not fall down to 7, 8, 9, which, Chelsea has done that. United have done that.
United are 12th right now.
I like how we start from 7th.
Finishing the season, man. Like even, Liverpool has done that. So, for all his
antics,
lack of resources or whatever, lack of coaching, lack of tactics, whatever, we were still hanging around there. You can say, the league has become more competitive since then. But now you see, now we have, apart from Liverpool and City, every other club is fighting for the top 4 spot. Yeah. That is their, if they achieve that, it is considered a success, which was not true for Wenger.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that, he got in all of that success when he came in.
I think Arsene Wenger's greatest achievement for Premier League, apart from the invincible season, is to create a new trophy called the Top 4. There was no trophy called that. He basically successfully created this whole, Top 4 is a trophy, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're just like 3 or 4 years away from the FA finally realizing that this is another thing that they could get sponsors for.
Top 4.
Top 4.
Like what is it? Manikchand top 4 finish.
Yeah, Manikchand top 4 finish. Yeah, sure. The assumption is also that
of interest, no?
With who?
Manikchand will already be sponsoring United by then.
What?
Sponsoring United.
Then so we can do a Rajnikanda top 4.
No, the conflict is fine. It's in the same thing, right? I think even Carlsberg is sponsoring like the league also and Arsenal also.
Imagine the announcer, Manikchand United wins the Manikchand top 4 finish. There's just a lot of
Manikchand United.
They'll name their jersey color as Manikchand Red.
What do you see in train platforms? Manikchand Red.
Mumbai locals are red.
Kanpur will become the biggest hub of United fans. Painting the town Manikchand red.
Government offices are red.
What will the Manikchand corporate box look like?
It'll smell of pan for starters.
Yeah. You won't even be able to identify players. कौन सा red कहाँ खत्म होता है पता नहीं चलता. I think we should take a break right now, and after the break let's talk about Arsene Wenger was asked a question about the zipper. Do you guys know that?
No.
Kanav, I'm hoping you know that.
No.
On BN Sport, they had this hashtag Ask Arsene Anything. So someone asked him, why couldn't you bloody put that zip properly? Like, what stopped you in all these years and decades to put that zipper?
Puma for it.
Yeah,
we'll find out after the break.
He gave an answer. We'll find out after the break. Please stay tuned to Football Twaddle, a sort of radio show with two people and a guy on Skype.
Virtual private network.
All right, stay tuned, guys.
Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you are not following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I have an announcement for all of you, at least, the couple of dozen of you who are listening to us on SoundCloud. Come the end of October, early November, we're going to be discontinuing that channel. We're not really going to be making our content available on SoundCloud anymore. So if you are listening on SoundCloud, you can have a number of options. I say the best option is downloading the IVM Podcast app. But if not, you can download another podcasting app and you'll be able to find our content over there. We have a couple of new shows launching this week. Let me tell you about those. The first is called Boundless. This is hosted by Natasha Malpani Oswal. She reads her poems on mental health, relationships, family, marriage, and many other topics, and narrates personal anecdotes around these poems. Tune in to new episodes every Monday and Wednesday starting from 7th October. Postcards from Nowhere is hosted by Utsav Momoria. It's a travel podcast where Utsav talks about his journeys to obscure and fascinating places around the world. He explores the culture, history, and people from these places in the form of stories and gives you tips and tricks on solo travel. Tune in to new episodes every Thursday starting from the 10th of October. Here's what else you got on the IVM Podcast Network this week. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus is joined by Tej Brar, founder and managing director of Third Culture Entertainment. He tells Cyrus the stories behind his tattoos, talks about the upcoming Neon East Festival, and living in different places around the world from Boston to DC to Delhi. The 150th episode of Simplified is finally here. You sent in your questions and topic suggestions. Now listen to Chuck, Naren, and Shrikit tackle them. On The Habit Coach, Ashton is joined by Shimi Nadraja and Jessica Gabrielli from Power and Posture. They talk about the importance of arm balancing and how handstands can improve posture and build up core strength. On Tech Careers in the News, Shilithya is joined by Jayant Swami and Namrata Maheshwari, Chief Data Architect and Senior Architect at Accenture, to talk in detail about data points. On Golgappa, Trupti is in conversation with actress Sayali Phatak. They talk about her experience in theatre, acting as well as dancing. On Paperback, Racheta and Satyajit talk to Nirbhay Kanoria, the co-founder of online literary magazine The Curious Reader. He lists his favorite non-fiction books and the trends of reading on digital platforms. On Kinetic Living, Coach Urmi shares a surprise workout on Tabata Tuesdays, and on Thriving Thursdays, she shares a story that made her realize just how fragile life is. On Football Shitball, Gaurav, Karthik and Siva round up the Premier League weekend and talk about the absolute demolition Bayern Munich inflicted upon Tottenham. On Pulyabazi, Pranay and Saurabh are joined by Pratik Sinha, editor and co-founder of Alt News. They discuss the anatomy of fake news and its prevalence in today's time. And with that, let's get you on with your shows.
Welcome back to Football Twaddle. Baru.
What's up?
And with his mild opinions on Skype, we have Kumar ka now.
Man, we need to just extend that t-shirt motto
I have
even longer.
mild, hot, very hot, because I have a Nando's here.
Oh God. Okay, so Arsene Wenger was asked the question, guys. It's a very interesting question. Imagine someone wanted, they had hashtag Ask Arsene Anything, right? And one of the fan was tried to change, sitting in the dugout but quite frustrated, whatever, about Wenger. So they asked him, dude, why can't you just put on the zipper? And he said the coat was too long. In winter, actually, he gave a variation of that. In winter, when it flexes, it doesn't do well. And it became ridiculous. But it was always like that.
So, at least it's consistent, man.
Yeah. And then he went on. He gave such a...
Did he say that it shrank in the winters?
No, he didn't do it. He didn't say it shrank. He said it flexes.
It shrank in the winters, I did not see it.
It flexes in the winters and he did not see it.
Still hasn't got it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and then Wenger also goes and say, I had cold hands as well sometimes in winter.
Too much information.
He says more. He says my technique must have not had been great because you have to have your attention somewhere else. Every second on the field catches your attention, and that is why.
I think you can say in bed and at a football interview.
You think he was talking to two people at the same time?
Yeah.
I can flex it in winters. Wow, what an answer,
It
sir.
flexes differently.
Oh, God. Oh, man. All right. So, Let's talk about Liverpool, guys. It's their league to lose, right?
We should congratulate them, right?
Who are we congratulating right now?
Liverpool.
And why are we congratulating them?
For winning the league.
Yeah, my question was that should we just give it to them, or are they going to bottle it last season where they had a 8-point lead similar and City brought it back?
Then they had very little time to counter that head of steam that City built in. Right now there's a longer period of time. City don't have their best defender for the next 3 months still.
Why is Otamendi injured?
They are to drop more points.
Dude, how bad is Otamendi? If anyone now says that Messi does not perform,
with a fancy haircut.
Dude, not just that, but right now, from now on, if anyone says that Messi doesn't win anything with Argentina, he's shit. All we have to do is just to show a photo of Otamendi and say this is the reason. Even Messi's brilliance can't overshadow this guy. How bad is Otamendi, Baru?
I am mildly opinionated about him.
About Otamendi?
Yeah. Not even mildly opinionated.
Otamendi, and then you partner him with John Stones, who's equally...
But I thought John Stones... Wasn't John Stones supposed to be a good guy?
He was. But then, when you're young, you join a team, you don't play that much. See, he was good when he was at Everton. He was playing regularly. He was just starting to pick up that, the whole momentum. As defender especially, a defender doesn't peak at 19-20 like a striker does.
Yeah.
You need experience. You need to build up, that memory of, where to pass, the whole movement thing in your head. You don't get that because you move to a big team and then you play 1 week, you are on the bench the other week because winning every match is important.
Man.
I don't think it's good for his development, and he's definitely stagnated. He was much better at Everton. He had that potential to become world class.
Are you suggesting it's time for him to join Hyderabad FC? Did Kumar fall off his chair?
Kumar, are you there?
Yes.
He just doesn't want to give any opinions anymore.
I'm not even mildly.
Oh, by the way, did you guys see that news of a rat shredding 18,000 pounds and then dying in the ATM?
That wasn't... it was rupees worth $18,000.
Oh, it was 18,000 pounds.
18,000... Whatever, an equivalent of rupees. The rat was in an Indian ATM.
Did that rat remind you of Pep Guardiola?
Why?
I don't know. He's not going to win the Champions League this year or the Premier League. And he just...
And the sheikhs might just...
Yeah, shred him.
Arrange for
with
him.
rats.
Yeah.
Accident.
Man, so many questions with these sheikhs around, no? During Bakri, do you think they gave a goat's head as a gift to Guardiola? So, uski biryani bana lo.
That'll be good.
Yeah, did Bernardo Silva...
Whether he's won the last match or not.
Oh God, this is the Godfather style punishment.
Ya to ghoda hoga ya goat.
Goats and camels instead of horses.
Did Bernardo Silva play on the weekend, by the way?
Yeah, he came on as a sub on the 59th minute for Riyad Mahrez. Pep Guardiola.
Did he paint his face black and Pep Guardiola defend that also?
Oh God.
I mean, that's going to happen soon enough. At the Christmas party or something, he'll dress up.
Oh man, there's one thing, something which just did not catch our attention. Crystal Palace is in the top 5, guys.
No. Arsenal are just 1 point behind City.
Yeah. So that's how bad City are. And you guys have not even unleashed Mustafi yet. So
Mustafi has kept 3 clean sheets this season. What else do you want?
I want more. I expect much more from him.
One thing which we forgot to mention.
What?
Was about how this was actually Steve Bruce's 400th game.
As a Premier League manager. Oh, we're talking about Manchester United.
Yeah, just one last snippet. Yeah. And it was actually his first win against United in those 400 games.
Oh yeah, no. His first win. He played 22 times against United and this was his first
24.
win, right? 24.
So that's what I mean. Yeah. It just sounds like a better stat when you show the 400 games.
And the Longstaff brothers did United in. Did you see Graham Souness comment on it?
Nope.
When the brothers gave post-match interview, obviously they were so happy. Graham Souness went to the effect of saying that they are so delighted. It's like they were fingering themselves or something like that.
What audio stream do you listen to, man?
Dude. I just put on Graham Souness or like
English audio description, English Graham Souness.
Yeah, at least I can understand what he says. I don't understand what Jamie Carragher says only. It's just so hard to understand. Yeah. So getting back to this, Crystal Palace, freaking hell, man. The team was built on like a 8 million budget or something this year, and they sold Van Bissaka for 55. So they made a profit in the transfer market, and they're kicking ass.
Yeah, Jordan Ayew has found a purple patch right now. Scored against United. He scored again last week. Then you have Patrick Van Aanholt who's scoring. Martin Kelly, and the big difference that Palace are finding is they signed Gary Cahill and he's showed up the defense.
Yeah,
it was a defense which was which was like Liverpool rejects basically. They had Kelly and they had Sako in it.
Oh yeah,
and Sako, for whatever his talent, is still very inconsistent. So Gary Cahill has came in and replaced. Martin Kelly is performing well right now. Zaha, after the first 2-3 game weeks when he was like not well. He's also started now. He's performing. So yeah, it's good to see that other teams are. But then whether it's because they are playing well or whether it's because the traditional big teams are playing bad, like the lines are very blurry. Like last season also and this season they're becoming even blurrier.
Yeah, Gary Cahill is actually playing so well. Just a point again to go back to United. I think Mourinho wanted to sign Cahill on a loan, and Woodward said he's not a sexy signing, something like that.
There was a lot of talk of Arsenal signing Gary Cahill also for 2 seasons, and then they went for the other Chelsea defender.
Dude, there's no way on earth this week at least you should abuse him because he won you the game against Bournemouth.
I'm not abusing him. When did I abuse him?
What was that goal? Was it a header, a free kick, a long range?
It was a header from a corner.
Oh, amazing. So,
yeah, it could have been 2-0, but they didn't. Even after checking VAR, they didn't give us the penalty. So
yeah, what happened to that? I saw Kaunav's message on WhatsApp saying that VAR is against us. What happened, Kaunav, there?
Well, see, the thing is that not just that one instance over this, throughout the season when you're seeing VAR,
dude,
it is just because they're like 90% of the time they're going with the on-field referee because of that whole clear and obvious thing. So even when there is contact, there is a foul, but because the referee and it's not clear enough. So see, yesterday what happened was the defender got the ball, then he blocked Pepe. It was right.
Yeah,
Pepe. So because it got the ball first, the ref decided not to give a penalty. But when you see VAR, so even though he's gotten the ball, there's a clear body from Pepe. That has to be a penalty. Then what is the point if you're going with the on-field referee's opinion? You're wasting everyone's time. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay. Whatever. So you're saying VAR is against Arsenal?
No. Again, I want to stress it. It's not against Arsenal. I just don't see the point of it. There will be some decisions which will go for us. Like last week, VAR got us that one point.
Oh yeah, that was also there. Alright, let's wrap this thing up very quickly. From when I've taken Pookie in my fantasy team. We'll talk about fantasy next week because it's a long break now.
Pookie was my captain, man.
Yeah, from when I've taken Pookie in my team. I mean, Norwich, so they've not been scoring, and Pookie is just crazy. Aston Villa scored 5 against them. What's happening, dude? Kaunav? Is his XG now coming back to normal?
No, we knew that Norwich were open at the back. They had a couple of chances. Pookie had one chance in the first 15-20 minutes. But then after that, I think they lost focus, and after the 3 goals in the first 30 minutes, right?
Alright guys, to wrap this up, we have a huge international break. Today is the 7th. I think next Premier League is on the 19th. Do you guys expect any managers to be sacked during this 12-day period?
No.
Not even Marco Silva? Baru just nodded his head. He's like, please convey my answer. No. He's not. Not even Marco Silva. Everton are 18th in the table.
Yeah, but it's just 8 games in.
What will be funny is if Watford sack Flores now. They'll get to the third manager.
That would be fun.
There should be some club, every 10 games they should just change the manager for the heck of it, and it'll be...
Chelsea.
No, Chelsea does it once in December and once after the season. Oh, talking about Chelsea, the Conte versus Sarri was on over the Inter versus Juventus. What a fun game that was, dude. It just like took all the boredom away from United, and Sarri beat Conte 2-1.
Okay.
No, I'm just expressing my happiness that Sarri beat Conte 2-1. That's all. I didn't expect you guys to add anything to it.
I thought Kumar would add something, seeing how excited he was about the match yesterday.
He was not.
Of course, he was asking in the group like quite a few times, is anyone watching the match?
I was just asking about the Lukaku nutmeg.
Yeah, he was just asking, is anyone watching the match? Yes, I am. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So 12 days of fun, guys. There's nothing to do. International break. I think we should plan some amount of social life right now. No one's going to watch international football.
What's social life like?
I'll call you and we'll hang out later. And we won't watch football. We'll probably watch something else like Skulls and Roses for the 8th time.
Oh, I discovered new stuff in Skulls and Roses.
Dude, you and I saw. What do you mean?
No, not the bonus content. So each contestant's profile on the Amazon Prime X-ray, that thing that they have, the extras thing that they have, is my hypothesis is that they've written it themselves.
The contestants. Okay.
So it makes for interesting.
So give us one example. Reading. We'll ask Kumar a question based on that. Give us an example.
Okay. No, let's ask Kumar the question straight away. And Kumar, who do you think is an aspiring porn star in...
Dude, Angel Bhandari. Alright, I don't think we should talk anything more. Let's stop the podcast on the mention of Angel Bhandari. And guys, please,
please watch Skulls and Roses.
Yeah, we don't really promote other shows on this, but if you have to watch one show...
if you're done with...
listening to our podcast, then watch Skulls and Roses on Amazon Prime. And then follow us on Footy Twaddle for an interesting discussion on Twitter or on Instagram Football Twaddle and Facebook Football Twaddle.
Wow.
That's it, guys. Alright, Baru.
Later.
Kumar. He's going to watch Angel Bhandari for sure. Okay, bye-bye.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Careers in the New podcast series presented by Accenture, and I'm your host Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay. In this podcast series, we'll get you the latest and greatest in the world of technology that's shaping the future of business as we know it. We're talking intelligent platforms, cloud, AI, blockchain, extended reality, and a whole lot more. Every fortnight on Wednesdays, we'll have for you a hot topic with expert speakers from Accenture talking about top trends in the space, how these are changing the world and creating growth across industries. And more importantly, we'll tell you how you can learn more, build your skills and expertise to grow and stay relevant in your career. Episodes out on the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcast from.
Did you know that Parsis in Mumbai, instead of being left at the Tower of Silence after they die, are now cremated? And why? Because a cow fell sick in the early 1990s. Did you know that the smog in Delhi is caused by something that farmers in Punjab do and that there's no way to stop them? Did you know that there wasn't one gas tragedy in Bhopal, but 3? One of them was seen, but 2 were unseen. Did you know that many well-intentioned government policies hurt the people they're supposed to help? Why was demonetization a bad idea? How should GST have been implemented? Why are all our politicians so corrupt when not all of them are bad people? I'm Amit Verma, and in my weekly podcast, The Seen and the Unseen, I take a shot at answering all these questions and many more. I aim to go beyond the scene and show you the unseen effects of public policy and private action. I speak to experts on economics, political philosophy, cognitive neuroscience, and constitutional law so that their insights can blow not only my mind, but also yours. The Seen and the Unseen releases every Monday. So do check out the archives and follow the show at seenunseen.in. You can also subscribe to The Seen and the Unseen on whatever podcast app you happen to prefer.